Today we are testing out 3 of the top selling base layers. Most people think that your base layer is supposed to keep you warm, but it's actually supposed to keep you dry, which contributes to your warmth. Am I sweaty? For the love, So we are testing out the moisture wicking properties of the 3 top selling base layers. I look like I'm snowboarding. No? Okay. Poor life choices, take 2. Dang it. Thank you, mittens. We've come up with a scientific experiment, and in today's test, we're gonna be taking it in a sauna to help to simulate the moisture that you would get when you're out on the mountain skiing or snowboarding. Then we're going to take it directly into a cryotherapy chamber and see if it freezes me. Oh boy, son of a, I have no idea how this is gonna go, but I'm trying to test these base layers out for all of you. So here we go. Let's get our science on. Holy mother of pearl. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you the details of each base layer and why I selected them. But first, let's talk about why I'm testing these base layers in a sauna and cryotherapy chamber instead of just taking them snowboarding like a normal person. My goal with this test is to limit the variables as much as possible. Even if I took the base layers out snowboarding in a single day, the temperatures would vary significantly from the beginning of the day to the end. So with this test, the only thing changing is the base layers. Is it scientific? No. Is it cool? I mean, I'll let you decide in the comments. Am I sweaty? I'm not gonna lie, it's toasty in here. Man alive, that is... Okay, let's test this. I don't know why I took this in there, but we're fine. When I got out of the sauna, we tested my skin temperature again to see if there was any change. Surprisingly, my skin temperature had somehow decreased after being in the sauna, which I honestly can't even explain because I felt warmer and was slightly sweaty. Of all the things I expected to happen, decreasing skin temperature was definitely not one of them. Next, I headed directly into the cryotherapy chamber. Because I went to a full body chamber, before going in, I had to put on a cryo kit, including earmuffs, gloves, socks, slippers, and a mask to protect the nose and prevent inhaling the cold air. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's go. And you're gonna tell me when to come out? Oh boy! Oh. While we sit and watch me suffer, let's talk about the base layers. So there are 3 things to consider when purchasing base layers: material, weight, and fit. Today, I'm testing out 3 different materials. This first one is Smartwool Classic. This base layer was super comfortable and something I would totally wear on the mountain. The price was $85 per piece, and because it's 87% merino wool and 13% nylon, it should have the temperature regulation and moisture wicking benefits of merino wool with a little extra durability. Me laugh that every time I'm laughing, it looks like I'm smoking. Therapy complete. For the love. So this base layer passed the moisture wicking test, and it also passed what I think is the most important test of a base layer: comfort. After putting this set on, it is not quite as comfortable as the other one. It feels a little bit itchy. They're both Smartwool, but this is the 200, and this one feels definitely itchier. I'm just surprised at the texture of this on my skin. I would be less excited to wear this. Poor life choices, take 2. Wow. My goodness. This base layer set is a 200 intranet, where the last one was a 150 intranet. The way I understand intranet is it's kind of like thread count, but the wool version of it. This base layer is also considered a midweight, where the last one was lightweight, and I definitely could feel the difference. The last base layer felt breathable and light, but this one felt almost a little suffocating in the sauna. It was noticeably hotter. And I definitely could feel the temperature was a lot higher. You were hotter. I was definitely a lot hotter in this one. Holy. A lot of people think you're supposed to have a light, mid, or heavyweight base layer for each of the different weather conditions. But my preference is to always use a lightweight base layer and add additional warming layers on top of it as needed. I'm like already shaking and it hasn't even been 1 minute. I don't tend to have issues with fabric on my skin, but for whatever reason, I just did not love this base layer as much as the first one. Okay, I can do hard things. I can do anything for 1 minute. Woo! By this point in the experiment, I was really starting to question my life choices, doing this 3 separate times. Poor life choices! Therapy complete. That felt way colder than the first time.
Really?
Like considerably, which is weird because this is thicker. Comfort-wise, this feels really comfortable on my skin. Tell me that these don't look like Christmas pajamas. Dear Santa, please bring me. So they say with base layers that you want it to be touching your skin everywhere. So I am slightly concerned about this top because it is a little bit loose in through here. This is a small. I was hoping to have an extra small, but they actually didn't have any in stock in any of the designs. So going into the sauna the last time, I was only 83 degrees, whereas I was 86 previously. So the sauna felt especially hot, but it's also possible I was just becoming a bigger wuss as the day went on. The other two base layers were a mix of wool, but this last base layer is 90% polyester, which is a big part of why the price is so much lower than the other two. But I have to say, this base layer set was super comfortable. I would say it was very comparable to the first base layer that I wore, and almost half the price of that one and a third of the price of the second. So let's keep that in perspective. I feel great in this. It's very, very comfortable, and I feel like it's definitely like breathing. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. Oh, it's so cold. Oh. If I had to pick my favorites out of these base layers, I would say the first or the last one. The second was a great option, but the texture outweighed the rest of the features for me. Did it get colder in the last 30 seconds? Asking for a friend.
15 seconds.
Oh! This entire experiment was so interesting for me. The results were different than I expected. What did you think? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon in my next video. I don't know what I was thinking when I thought to test 3 base layers. Next time I'll commit to doing it one time, and that's all.